Alright, so I'm looking out here at my plants from week 2, my week 2 experiment, and if you remember, well, maybe we can't remember, so let's look at what we've got here, okay? So this was my control, and how do I know that? Because I wrote it on here. Where is it? Control. So that one's nice and kind of green. There's a little bit of yellow. Alright. This one is my oil, 1 tablespoon of oil. This one is my baking soda, and it is nice and brown. Nice and brown. And this one is my salt, tablespoon of salt, and it is nice and brown too. So can we think of any reasons why these things died? And this one's kind of got some green in it, it's still a little alive. And this one's nice and it's got a lot of green, not very much death. These are all green, and these are some more controls. Maybe these are a little bit drier. So, can we think of any reasons why my little plants died back here? No green at all. And this next week, what we're going to do is we're going to see if grass gets its energy from the ground. So we put some nutrients, or we thought we were putting nutrients in these cups, but maybe that's not true. Maybe our grass can grow without light, because those are in the shade and they're still growing, right? Maybe they're growing without light. So can we grow grass without light? And how much is it going to grow compared to the other grass? So we're going to do a little experiment. What I'm going to do is I am going to cover part of the grass with a covering, and we're going to see, because it's the same height, we're going to see if it grows, if it turns brown and dies, or whatever, and we're going to see that. And it should be getting the same amount of water, because it's going to be able to get water from the rain just leaking in there, so we should be able to get the same amount of water. So we'll see that. Alright, so for this, we're going to cover up some grass on the ground that's not going to be too ugly if something bad happens to it. So I'm choosing this stuff right by my air conditioning unit, because nobody likes looking at that anyways. So I'm going to cover this up with this little box lid. It's a plastic box lid. There's no light that's going to get through. And the grass around it is about the same height as this grass. So we're going to see how tall this grass grows versus the grass that's underneath here. Okay, and then we're going to try and figure out what happens. So in order for it to not blow away, I would suggest putting something on top of it. Just anything will do, anything that you're not using. So I've just got these paper weights or whatever. Just put it on top of there, and we'll see what happens.